Hello, Jessy and Gary from Roofing by Curry. This is Joel from JND SEO. Spoke briefly the other day on the phone, so I'm going to show you 3 ways that you can beat your competition online. Now, I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste mine, so I'm going to make this as quick as possible. If at the end of the video you want to hear more information, it would just be a 10-minute phone call. If not, no problem. I'm actually going to give you some free tips right in the video, and you guys could apply them to your site. First thing I'd like to talk about is just content. So I'm on your homepage now. And, kind of scrolling through, you guys do have a good chunk of content here about the services that you offer as well as about your company. And, I would probably say you guys probably have around maybe 400 words of content here. And Google recommends having about 1,500. And the reason why is because the more content you have, the higher they're actually going to rank you in search results. But the other reason, and probably the even more important reason, is that the more words of content you have, the more keywords and key phrases you can put into that content. As an example, I've just put in roofing Sarasota, Florida here. It's a really good search term that brings good volume, but the other reason is that this is what new customers would search if they were looking for services in your area. I can see right now you guys are paying for ads. First thing they would see would be those ads, so you guys would have to let me know how those are working for you. Obviously, companies pay for those because it helps them bring in new customers. After that, we're going to find this map section. Top 3 companies show up in the map section. This is the second thing a new customer would see. And these are all based on citations, and that's just when you get your business name, address, and phone number. It has to be all 3 together, listed into directory sites such as Yelp, Yellow Pages, and Home Advisor. Next, we have the organic section. There's going to be 10 results that show up per page here. And you guys actually are showing up number 1, so really good job with that. So actually what we could do is, based on our key phrase, roofing Sarasota, Florida, we could go ahead and rank you guys number 1 because we can use the results to kind of rank the key phrase, right? So number 1 goes to you guys, 2 goes to Florida Roofing, 3 goes to Yodair Roofing, and 4 would go to Better Business Bureau, which is a directory. And these don't show up randomly, of course. They all show up based on Google's algorithm. And we now know 2 parts of that are content and keywords. So what I want to do next is I'm going to go take your site, Roofing by Curry, and I'm going to put it into a program I use called Ahrefs. So first thing I notice, you guys aren't using your headers on your page. If you do, it would show up here in bold. And the example we use here later, I think they might have it so we can kind of see that. But basically, it's a way to put your business name on the top of your page. Also, you can also put a few keywords in there as well. It just helps Google find you a little bit easier if you do take advantage of those. Jumping into the numbers, you guys have 157 referring domains, and those 157 domains are sending you back over 1,000, almost 1,500 links back to your page. All that means is these are websites or domains that you guys have links in, and when people click those links, it's going to redirect them back to Roofing by Curry. So on those 157, you guys have about 1,500. So, you have probably, about 10 per page or so there. All right, so next up, you guys, we have your keywords. And you guys have about 1,200 keywords. And that's just like what we searched, roofing Sarasota, Florida, for an example. And these are what really drive the visitors to your site. And the 1,200 you guys have, we can see are bringing about 536 visitors to your site per month. So let's just take a quick look at your keywords and kind of see where your traffic's coming from. First thing we see is your business name, Roofing by Curry. 600 people do search you by name, and you guys are in the first position. We talked about there's 10 results per page. So by being number 1, obviously you're going to get the largest percentage of that 600 volume. So people who search you by name, quickly we'll talk about this. That's people who know who you are, right? It's going to be a lot of referrals, maybe people who saw your sign, saw your trucks, maybe didn't have time to write down all the info. So, this is business you should get, right? Because they're looking for you. So being number 1 obviously is the best that you guys could do. So great job with that. Call Curry, those are going to be related to your name as well. So we also want to bring in those new customers. So that's where phrases like this or keywords like this, roofing contractors, Sarasota FL for Florida come in. 80 people do search that. And for this, you guys are also number 1, so really good as well. Again, you're going to get the largest percentage of that. We also have a few more. Sarasota Roofing Contractor, 80 people search that. You guys are number 1 again. Sarasota Roofing Companies, 70, number 1. Sarasota Roofers, another good one. and 50 search that, and you guys are number 1. So you guys are number 1 for a lot of these. You guys are doing a really good job with your keywords. Even roofing Sarasota, Florida, which is what we put in, number 1, which is what we saw in our search as well. So let's just look at those numbers again. You guys had over 500 visitors. And what I want to just do is 536. What I want to do is just look at Florida Southern Roofing, right? And let's just look at their numbers. Actually, they're not using their headers either. They're right behind you guys for the search that we put in at least. They were number 2. But they have 167 referring domains, sending back 805 links to their page, 1,400 keywords, and they've got 568. So again, you guys are really close, almost neck and neck with a lot of your numbers. And the idea for you guys, of course, would be you don't want to just get ahead of them or outrank them. You want to beat them by a lot, right? And the way to do that is to get more of all of these things, right? So you want to have more keywords. You want to have more, obviously, visitors. They've got a couple more than you right now, about 30. And you want to get more referring domains and more backlinks to make your site more powerful so that you can continue to stay ahead of them, right? Because, you know, it's hard to tell, have they been catching up with you or what, you know, when you want to stay ahead of them. So again, let's just look at their keywords quickly, just get a feel for where their visitors are kind of coming from. Let's see here. There we go. So Florida Southern Roofing. So 200 people do search that. They're number 1. This one here, I wouldn't necessarily recommend this because it's more of it's just a question. Doesn't mean somebody wants to actually get their roof done, right? And you want those buyer intent words. So Roofing Florida, 100 people search it, number 1. So it's a little more vague as long as they service all that area. I mean, it's fine. But at least it's a specific location with a service. So Roofing Companies in Florida, 200, number 3. Florida Roofing, 250, number 4. These are all good. They are obviously a bit of a wider search radius, whereas if they focused on Sarasota, like this one, Sarasota Roofing Contractor, 80, they're number 2 behind you guys. I believe we're number 1 for that one. And they do have more of kind of the Florida ones, which are a little more general. But if they do service all of Florida, then that's obviously not a bad thing. Sarasota Roofing, 100, number 3. All right, so, I don't want to spend too much time looking at all that. But you guys are doing a pretty good job with your keywords. You weren't in the top 3 for the map section, which has to do with your citations. So that's one thing I would definitely say to focus on. Also adding maybe some more content to your homepage, which would also help make your site even stronger to rank in those results. And, there's always a possibility of adding some more keywords, right? So obviously you guys are in Sarasota, but how many more little areas, counties, towns around you, do you service, and could you get some more keywords in for those too, just to kind of build up your, volume even more and get even more calls in. Thank you guys for your time, though. Really appreciate it. And I'll give you a follow-up call just to see what you guys thought of the video. But thank you very much, and have a great day.